Hello there guys, my name is Great and today I want to talk about psychological aspect of playing Total War, so the aspect that is often missing from the discussion. It doesn't make it less important though. So, let's start off with defining what exactly we are going to discuss. I want to basically cover one scenario where player, for example you, right, want to win the tournament, competition, or just anything that's a bit more serious than playing for fun. Just something that you really care for, right? Something that you really look forward for, and it's not casual match, which obviously you can play and you're probably playing on the daily basis. Back in the day, I would find myself spending a lot of time in this game. My macros fine and strategies and tactics were there as well. It was a pleasure to participate in few tournaments. Winning couple of them was really nice, and it was kind of proof that I could hold the line on my own and prove that I'm better than the others. But don't get me wrong, the point of this video is not to brag about my skills. I'm just trying to give you an example, a background, right? So, I thought that it will be pretty useful for new players who want to get better at the game to actually find some steps which will make their life easier. So steps to win a tournament for me. And I have 3 of those, so let's go ahead and break those down. Step number 1. Gathering intel, reconnaissance phase. Find out everything that you know about the competition. Rules, maps, money, period settings, everything. Make sure to write down every important details you know. And to move forward, you need to discover and try multiple, so a lot of them, not single scenario, not 2 scenarios, multiple scenarios, setups, armies, tactics and strategies. It's gonna take a lot of time, most likely, and it's not gonna be easy. And obviously there's a margin for error, because not everything will work out at the end. But you need to write down everything you know, make a good use of it, and then according to the rules you have to play this tournament, you have to try new setups, new armies, new tactics, maybe not necessarily new maps, because most of tournaments are being played on the flat maps, for example grassy plain. So that is the step 1, which I call gathering intel. Second step is named preparation. You must train. Find your strong and weak sides. It's definitely not an easy process, right? But in the end, outcome will be very profitable. And to actually accomplish this step in real life, not in this video, I found that having a better player, having a friend who's gonna watch your replays and analyze them on his own, it's really helpful, you know, because there's nobody who can find a mistake, who can find every bad move he made, you know. It's good to know it's good to discover a different perspective on those things, you know. That's my point. And here comes the Church of the Principality of Antioch against Egyptian Kazaki. It looks pretty great, doesn't it? But let's go back to the Here comes the third step. Self-confidence. This is probably the most important and very important step to actually win a competition. If you enter the battle without some dose of optimism, you're already giving your opponent an advantage. And it's really good advantage. Of course, don't mistake this with being selfish and using risky setups. For example, you have an army that worked once and you're gonna stick to it just hoping that it will actually work again. That's not the way. You actually have to be confident that you're good enough to beat your enemy. It's obviously way easier for me to say this at the moment, but trust me, I've been there and I've done that. And the last thing I want to touch on during this video, which is becoming longer and longer, is the remember that this is only a game. Don't get addicted to winning. Sure, facing challenges is a great part of our lives. That's right. But don't be obsessed about virtual life. At some point, I've lost balance between those words, you know, the virtual and the real ones. And bear with me, it hurts really. So be smarter, learn on my mistakes, don't stress about winning or losing. It's just game, you know. If you win, great. If you lose, well, shame, but shit happens. It's way more important to actually focus on the real life stuff than on the virtual ones. So if you cannot afford time to play and practice, just don't participate in tournaments, because it's gonna be problematic for people that are organizing this, you know. And Total War community is kinda weird when it comes down to such things. I don't want to call people names, but there are some cases when say random guy said that he really wants to play in this tournament, you know. He was new to the scene, and then we realized that he had actually no interest in playing this. He even forgot that he registered for the tournament. So that's really pissing me off. If you have time, if you have skills, other stuff, sure, go ahead, win or lose. But if you don't have time and if you don't have the resources, then don't play competitive games, basically. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this messed up commentary and this, well, maybe not commentary, just this video. I'll be glad to hear your input on this one, and I'll see you in the another one, guys. Have a nice day. Take care. Stars are great. Sign out.